with an aim to build a parenting platform.
I and the founders, which is me and my wife, we are the founders of the company and we are also a parent, right? So we are a parent first and an entrepreneur second.
He focuses on development of children.
Provide a community of parents to interact with, support each other. We also provide our expertise in terms of any questions that people have.
NewsX India A-list proudly recognizes Raghav Himatsingka for excellence in development, growth and business.
Hello and welcome to the special broadcast. My name is Vineet Malhotra and we have a very special guest who is going to be in conversation with us. Raghav Himatsingka is joining us on this exclusive and much anticipated chat. Raghav, thank you so much for taking out the time and speaking with us. The first question, or rather the latest question that I want to ask you, and I'm sure you must be getting this a lot. You recently appeared in the much talked about, the much popular, Shark Tank India, and it's obviously a cousin of Shark Tank USA, which is a formidable program. And you had a great outing over there. Tell us about that experience. What has it done for you? What has it done for your brand? And how was the experience like? Because you're obviously very elated throughout that program.
Yeah, thank you, Vineet. Thanks for having us on your show. And we're very grateful for being here. The Shark Tank experience was just absolutely phenomenal, I would say, because it was a chance for us to get feedback and interact with 5 entrepreneurs who've really taken their businesses from scratch and built it into something really amazing, really big as well. The whole experience of being on the set and, performing under the lights and the pressure and everything, just an incredible experience. Of course, a good outcome for us as well, because we were able to bag a deal from 2 of the sharks. So that was good. But overall, I think it was good. In terms of what impact has it made for us, I think it has, of course, given us some visibility, some PR in the press and in the customers' minds as well. So that is always good. We are very, very grateful for the whole experience. Very humbled.
Right. Raghav, let's talk about your concept, Raising Superstars. It's a phenomenal concept which has caught on to your delight and, of course, much to the delight of parents, who want their children to head in the right direction. I want you to elucidate and expand about, what exactly is that you do with kids and what is this science all about? So
essentially what the whole theory, the whole background is that every child, when they are born a genius, right? So every child at birth, every baby has more abilities than any other person who has ever lived on planet Earth, right? Whether it's Einstein or Picasso or Leonardo da Vinci, right? However, when a child comes into the world, what happens is that they are immediately hit by a lot of stimulus from all their 5 senses. So they're seeing a lot of different things. They're hearing a lot of different things. Everything is new, a lot of new experiences, right? So inside their brains, what happens is that all their brain cells start connecting with each other very, very rapidly, right? And in 2 years, all of these rapid connections have formed inside the brain, and there are billions of these neural connections that are formed. Now, at this point, when the baby has become 2 to 3 years old, the brain decides that it has become a real mess inside the brain and it wants to become efficient, right? Because the body of a 2-year-old is very small, but the brain has already become 85% of an adult brain, right? So it wants to become efficient. So what it does is that it starts cutting off these connections. Okay. And when it starts cutting off these connections, is basically like it is cutting off abilities that the child was born with. And the child, of course, starts to sort of lose these abilities. So that's why what we say is that every ability or skill, the foundation, the fundamentals of those abilities, if they are developed when the child is very little, then they stay with the child for life as they grow older. Which is why if you see, like when people are in school, when we were kids, every year it used to be the same people who are excelling in sports or excelling in studies or excelling in art or music, right? It's not different people at different years. It's the same people year on year on year, right? It's because knowingly or unknowingly, they have developed their abilities, foundational abilities, while they were very little. So what we do at our company, Raising Superstars, what we do is that we provide parents who have babies in the age group of 0 to 3 years, so a newborn to 3 years, we provide them simple activities-based programs for them to do with their babies. And it takes only 5 minutes of their time every day. But in those 5 minutes, the babies are able to develop phenomenal foundational abilities. So things like, early crawling. So babies are able to start crawling at 3 months of age. They are able to start singing early. They are able to develop languages early. They are able to develop a phenomenal memory very early. And when they develop these abilities early, they stay on with them for the rest of their life. So that is what we do. We give activities-based programs, but along with that, we also provide a community of parents to interact with, support each other. We also provide our expertise in terms of any questions that people have. So we provide like an all-round platform to parents. That's what we do.
Let's also talk about, the customers that you have. I've been streaming and looking at your videos on various social media platforms, and the kind of love and the kind of feedback that you guys have been able to, accumulate over a very short span of time is absolutely phenomenal. It is a success mantra which perhaps a number of entrepreneurs are grappling with. What's the secret there?
So I think one of the things is that the founders, which is me and my wife, we are the founders of the company, and we are also a parent, right? So we are a parent first and an entrepreneur second. And our philosophy is very simple. I don't want to tell parents anything that I would not do with my own child. And I want to give everything that I would do with my own child, right? So I would say it's a very sort of an honest way of approaching our business. Like we wouldn't say that you do this because your child would go to IIT 20 years later, right? Because that is not the kind of pressure I would put on my own child. I wouldn't say that you spend 1 hour, 2 hours every day with your child doing homework, because I hate homework. I don't want my child to have unnecessary homework. We want to make it super easy and convenient. So I think because of those factors, and because we are ourselves a parent, we take a lot of feedback from parents as well. So we have very, very large and active community where parents are posting their videos, photos. This is what my child did. This is what they're doing, and they support each other. So we also get a lot of learning and feedback, and that goes back into everything that we do. So yes, we do get a lot of positivity, a lot of positive feedback. Our activity ratings are actually 97 out of 100. So people love our activities. People love to be part of the community. I think that's one of the things, that the community is very, very positive and supportive, and parents just love to be part of that as well. Yeah.
Right, absolutely. And you talk about the Prodigy Framework also, Raghav. And the one thing that stood out for me was that all of this is done without a screen in the child's hand, which is in fact a challenge for a lot of parents these days, especially with the pandemic around.
Yeah, absolutely. So it has actually been proven in by research that screens are really, really bad for children. Like below 3 years, it's absolute no, and even afterward, because it hinders with cognitive skills, social skills, etc. And I know it's hard these days, especially with the pandemic, but I wouldn't want my child to be addicted to a screen. I don't want him to have all of the harmful, evil effects of the screen. And that's how we don't want it to give to our parent customers as well, right? So our programs are completely screen-free. The screen is... So we have our program on the mobile app as well as on the web, but the screen time is for the parent. So we tell the parent what kind of activity they must do, and then they just go and do it with the child, and it takes hardly a couple of minutes in a day, right? And they can do it anytime in the day, but it's absolutely screen-free.
So, the bifurcation is actually clear, folks. We are talking about passive parenting versus active parenting is what Raghav is actually promoting it. Raghav, people would also be interested to know how can they sign up for your program? It is something which is going to be crucial for them because thousands of people are going to be watching this program, and they do. Me also as a parent, would want to revolutionize my child's cognitive abilities from a very early age.
Yeah, so the easiest way to sign up for our program is to log in to visit our website, which is www.raisingsuperstars.com. It lists all of our offerings and programs. We recommend to start with the first one, which is the intro program. It's only 500 rupees and comes with a full money back guarantee. So parents can just, parents of babies who are less than 3-year-olds, they can visit our website, raisingsuperstars.com, and they can choose any program, but we of course recommend starting with the intro program, which is for 500 rupees.
Well, that sounds absolutely fabulous. One last question, Raghav, before I let you go. What are your plans for the future? It's a simple question. It's a Prozac question, but definitely, I'm sure that is something that keeps you up at night.
I think that we are very motivated and we're also very encouraged by the love that we get from our parents, the feedback that we get from our parents. And it's something that I have never experienced before in my life. I've been working for now 12, 13 years, but this is not something that I've ever experienced where we are able to see and feel all the emotions that the parent is feeling because they are seeing something in the child and they're sharing it with us in the community, with the rest of all our 100,000 parents that we have. And that is what, motivates us to keep going. And we want to take that positivity and take our company, our programs, our ideas and philosophy to the rest of the world as well. So we want to build a global company. We want to build a global platform. We already have customers from 35 countries, but we want to make it more accessible to everybody because early childhood learning has been that the concept of early childhood education and learning has been there for 50, 60 years, but it has not been so popular. And we want people to know about it. We want people to take action before it's too late and help their children become the best version of their own self.
Absolutely. And Raghav, it's a phenomenal initiative. It's a phenomenal program. And it is something which definitely will benefit thousands of children and parents. And at the end of the day, it's going to be our world, our country, and of course, all the countries that you have a presence in that will benefit. Thank you so much for speaking with us and taking out the time. Wish you all the best.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.